Report supported by Napa Auto Parts. An excessive heat warning is in effect.
How you doing?
Good.
All right, good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, I'm 10 minutes. I know they told me. They already told me. They told me.
Thunderstorms.
They told me 10 minutes.
73 chance for more thunderstorms tomorrow. Mostly sunny.
I know it. I know it. I'm glad you can squeeze me in. Well, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I know you can thank me for you being here because I predicted it. You was going to be the choice.
He did predict it.
Really?
He did, yes. Lincoln Ware predicted this.
12:30
Win anything? I didn't win anything. Yeah. Nope. So, what you think so far?
I got one complaint though.
Okay.
Maybe I should talk about it earlier. I got one complaint.
Okay, I will listen to this.
Humidity.
Oh, yeah, well, hey.
See, I'm California spoiled.
Get used to it. Get used to
Man,
it.
I'm California spoiled.
Which one has the bulb? I mean, the knob. Let's try this. Try this.
Do you know what surviving sounds like?
Yeah, Cincinnati it can get hot in the summertime.
Do you know what
it can
thriving
get real
sounds
hot,
like?
but now you won't get as cold as you did up
in northern
Right.
I've never been in that place so cold.
Yeah.
What a great experience.
Impression of the city.
Thriving is why we're here.
His impression of the
Start
city.
making change right here in
Okay.
Hamilton County. Join the We Thrive movement and visit watchusthrive.org.
So, I want to
show you.
Huh?
How long have you been doing the show?
Oh boy, at this station, I guess around 11 years.
Oh,
And I've been in radio going on, let's see, 37 years in radio. I started off as a DJ at the Heritage AM station.
Yeah, I saw a sign
WCIN.
talking about Mojo.
Okay, Mojo is out.
Electrifying Mojo back in Detroit.
Right.
That's not the same.
No.
Oh, okay.
But in Detroit, Martha Jean the Queen,
Martha Jean. I
WCHB.
remember Martha Jean.
Yep. Late Martha
Absolutely.
Jean the Queen. Yep. And but we have stations in Detroit, Radio 1. We got
Radio
stations.
1, right.
We did have a station in Los Angeles, an FM station, but they sold that.
Remember which,
Oh man, you remember that station in LA that Radio 1
not
had?
K-Day. Not K-Day.
No, it wasn't K-Day, no. It wasn't, it was a,
Great news! Now you
can't
can.
remember, but
As part of a
we didn't have it that
national
long,
grocery
and then we
stimulus
sold it,
we
and
are
I
currently
think they went
conducting a
to
special consumer spending survey
Hispanic
in your local
format.
area. We are providing
Yeah, I think I know the
$2,000
one.
in
Okay.
grocery savings to participants so we can study their buying patterns at local grocery stores. You can buy anything you want at your grocery store with your $2,000 in savings. Our
Reds.
certificates track what you
I know
buy
you like the
and
Reds,
I love
but
them.
man, they gotta do
love
something with, they gotta get a closer.
They only was
And there
what,
are
they're
no
3 games out
restrictions
right
on
now?
what groceries you
Four.
can buy
Yeah,
at
4.
your
I
local
think they're
supermarket.
4. They might
So
be
call now to receive
5.
your
No, they're 4.
$2,000
4
in
games
grocery
out.
You know what's
savings.
interesting? I lived in Maine a couple of years, and the Red Sox are the whole New England.
Yeah.
I never embraced the Red Sox.
Really?
Yeah, because the American League, the Tigers, I still always had love for the Detroit Tigers. That's where I grew up, but never was a Reds fan. Certainly when the Celtics and the Lakers played.
1230 WDBZ, your
Those are
official
the
talk station. We're back.
You met with the 1230 WDBZ. We are the buzz of Cincinnati. Lincoln Ware with you, and in the studio with me, the new Cincinnati chief of police. And they told me he's only got 10 minutes, so we got a tight schedule. So let's get with it. What do you think of Cincinnati so far?
I love it.
What's your impression of this?
I love it. And you know, as I said off air, I got one complaint.
What's
humidity.
that? Okay.
Humidity with a capital H.
Well,
but you know, in terms of the city, I love it. I feel like, you know, coming to Cincinnati is like going home.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, tell me this. Of course, you're the first police chief selected from outside of the ranks. And I know everybody says we're going to welcome him, we're going to work with him. But you know there's going to be some pushback somewhere along the way. How do you plan to address that?
Well, you know what? I'm an optimist.
Okay.
And the reception I've gotten so far has been nothing but the best. And so I'm not concerned about pushback.
Okay.
If pushback comes, you know, I'll deal with it at that time.
Right.
I'm certainly not shy, but I'm an optimist. And what I see and what I hear from the police officers non-sworn and sworn employees, they're excited. And I'm as excited, probably more excited.
Now, you met with the black police officers, the Sentinel Police Association, over the weekend. How were you received with that?
I mean, it was a very humbling
Yes.
experience. You know, having been a president of a black police association in Los Angeles, called the Oscar Joe Bryant Foundation, and that was during the Rodney King issue, I felt at home. The reception was something that I'm sure I will hold for a long time coming.
And you know, for years they've been saying that, you know, the black police officers they never got a fair shake here, you know, in the Cincinnati. And that's why they had to form the Sentinel Police Association, because they just didn't get a fair shake. What do you think about that? I mean,
you know,
I'm sure you've seen this.
You know, I started my policing career in Detroit. You know, I was part of an organization called the Guardians in Detroit. Moved on L.A., the Oscar Joe Bryant Foundation. Here's the bottom line. You know, the playing field is level. People have an equal opportunity to compete. You know, the way I look at it, if you operate in that fashion, and people are working, have an opportunity to work what they call here in Cincinnati the delicious jobs. I'm still trying to wrap my hands around
the delicious jobs.
But if there, you know, if everybody has an opportunity to work that, so everybody has an opportunity to compete, it's fair.
Okay.
And it's all about fairness.
Because
so I'm optimist. I mean, I had to, you know, fight my way through the ranks over the years, and sometimes it wasn't unfair, but I worked hard, I persevered, and certainly organizations like the Oscar Joe Bryant Foundation, the Guardians in Detroit, were organizations that really opened doors that were closed in the past.
Now, what about the hats that the police offer? You know, that's been a big deal with you, the hats.
That's the buzz right now.
Right.
That's the buzz. Well, here's how the hats came up.
Okay.
You know, when I arrived at I got to go back in time because I was a Detroit police officer, and I absolutely hated the hats. I mean, it's a time and place for the hats, and I believe that it's a necessary part of the uniform in a formal way. But I remember a time when I was a young police officer chasing a suspect, and I had left my hat in the car. Why did I do that? Well, I was met by an angry sergeant who reminded me, "Where's your hat?" "Hey, Sarge, how about thanking me for catching the bad guy?" And so I never forgot that. And so years later, I become police chief in Portland, and you know, officers are getting written up for not having their hats. And then, you know, in conversation with union leadership, I said, "What's going on with these hats?" "Well, we don't like them." I said, "Well, you know, you should wear them formal events." And so within a few short weeks, the hats were gone. And they really applauded, and they have never forgotten that. The buzz around Portland right now are the hats coming back.
Yeah. Okay. Now, what about here in Cincinnati? Are they?
You know what? I want to. You know, I will tell you unanimously, every police officer I've talked to on the street doesn't like the hat.
Right. I think they're ugly anyway. You know, I just don't like the way they look. You know, look at New York's hats and look at Cincinnati.
Well, you know what? There's a lot of pride. I know that the officers at work have a lot of pride in their uniform appearance. You know, I am going to have a conversation with Moore. I'm going to talk to the executive team. But at the end of the day, if folks tell me, and this is my favorite question, so why do you wear the hats when you get out the car and you're chasing someone? I don't know. It's always been that way. Clue number one, it must go away. So we're going to talk about that more, but you know what? I'm a firm believer in taking care of the officers working in the field. I believe it because if we, as the executive team of the department, treat our police officers and our line personnel, non-sworn people right, they're going to treat you right. It's real simple.
Will you have a sort of like a right-hand man working with you? Chief Stryker had Greg Baker as his right-hand man. You plan on having a go-to guy that, you know.
It's too soon. This is my, you know, it's not, I got to understand the dynamics. I'm sure I will have a staff. I've met some of them, all very competent, very eager. Again, I have met a good cross-section of the department. It's been a wonderful reception. I'm looking forward to meeting with the union. I'm looking forward to visiting the various districts. And through that, as I talk in the districts and meet with the police officers, of course, the hat's going to come up. I had an opportunity to see a group of officers yesterday at the parade route. First question, well, some came to me, says, Hats.
Hats, yeah.
That's the buzz around.
That's the buzz. That's a big
the
thing.
hats.
That's a big thing.
We got to do something about the hats.
Now, tell me, helmet cameras. I guess they're trying to phase those in. Stryker started it. You plan on continuing getting officers with the cameras on there?
I don't know enough about it. I think it's great technology. I think it's yet another opportunity in terms of operating in a transparent way. I love the fact that the cruisers have cameras in them. I've worked with them in both Los Angeles.
You didn't have them in Portland? You didn't have them?
We have them in Portland.
Okay.
We have the cameras in Portland. In fact, Portland did not have tasers, so I was able to successfully introduce tasers. But the reason why I got the support from the elected leadership in town is that we purchased tasers that had audio and video capability.
Oh, okay.
Because
so
I understand we need to be about the business of transparency.
So you need to hear somebody say, if you move forward, I'm going to tase you, or then just put it out. And
we have, and tasers cost a little more.
Yeah.
But I figured it was money well spent because, again, it offers that extra layer of transparency to the community.
Well,
and that's very important to me.
As you know, you're entering into a time where they're cutting everywhere they can here. Police department, they've talked about laying off. They even talked about merging the police department with the county sheriff's department, which delayed the search for you. So, and you had to think about that when you heard about the merger. What did you think? Did you say, well, I better back off? I don't want to.
Never backed off. Let me say that when I first saw the position here in January, I think it was January, I became excited and very interested in it. Certainly, it was disappointing about the whole notion of a merger and the fact that there may be no police chief selection. But this is something I've had my eye on for a while, and when it came open, again, lots of excitement. So I'm as excited as the folks that work in the police department and the community. We're going to do great things together.
How did Milton Dehoney notify you that you got the job? Was it a phone call? What did he say? What was the words? What did he say to you?
Well, I don't know if it's specific words, maybe because I was still jumping, I was on cloud 9, but a lot of excitement.
Yeah.
Certainly he called me late one evening. It was late one evening, I remembered it, and a lot of excitement from that.
Okay.
And so, and I'm still on that cloud, but I know it's time to get to work in a few short, now maybe a week. So.
What does your wife say about Cincinnati?
She's excited.
That's
well, this is her first time.
She's got to be happy.
Well, she's happy. She still lives in Los Angeles.
Okay.
But she likes Cincinnati.
Okay.
Portland, she didn't dislike it.
Yeah.
I mean, Portland's a beautiful place.
Maybe a little slow,
A little slow, but we're talking about Cincinnati.
Yeah.
A whole different world. And I love Cincinnati, and this is a great opportunity. And I'm just looking forward to the future.
All right. Well, we're looking for. When is your official start date?
The 2nd.
2nd of August. Okay. All right. Well,
So,
I'm sure we'll see you at the Macy's Music Festival too. You got to go there.
Oh, definitely.
Got to go.
Oh, they talk about and I know a lot about the music festival from my folks in Detroit.
Oh yeah,
Because,
right.
I still have a very all of my family still lives in Detroit.
Well, a lot of them come down here. More Detroit folks are here than Cincinnati.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm home.
There you go.
Cincinnati's
All
home.
right. All right. Well, I'm going to stick to what you told me. The 10 minutes are up. See, I'm right there.
I want to come back.
Oh, you coming back? You'll probably be in this seat when you come back. We're going to let you take calls and everything.
Oh, I want to take calls. I love that.
And we would like to maybe get you in just a month, every month, once a month, to just give us an update, what's going on, anything like that.
And then you can give me an update, because one thing that I want to hear from the community.
Yes.
I want to know their impressions.
Well, believe me, you'll hear from them on this station.
Exactly.
That's for sure. Maybe more than you want to hear.
Oh, no, I'm good with that. Remember, I'm from Los Angeles.
Okay, there you go. All right. Thank you, Chief, for stopping by. We appreciate it. And when you move back in for good, we'll get you back. All right?
Look forward to it.
All right.
Thanks for taking the time.
Stopping by. Let's take a break. We'll come back 12:30. The Buzz.